There is blood in your web, theseus. Wipe it out. By Spooky Serpent. Summary. Spiders have both looked and feared. They spin their webs, catch their kills, and move on. Some hunt, finding their prey, and stalking until the kill. Tommy's not a huntsman spider anymore, though. He made sure of that when the skies bled black with smoke, and the horizon was stained with orange and red. From a class of 28 to a class of 1. Or, Tommy has escaped the Red Room, only to stumble into the lives of a family of villains who wants him to join their ranks. A corrupt businessman and his makeshift family, and a bunch of heroes who swear they want to help him. Trigger warnings for this chapter. Mentions of hallucination, scars, mention of child death, guns and knives, brainwashing, reference to child abuse, and swearing. Chapter 1. There is a woman with hair as black as the abyss, and eyes like shimmering stars. Her memory of hers are light. Ones are whisper thin and hard to grasp, floating away before he can grab at them. But he does remember being held by her, having her hand in his hair. She tells him that he is her son, and that he is the best creation so far. He does not remember his father, or any siblings apart from Dream, but when he thinks too hard about his brother, the memories begin to fade. But he remembers his mother's kind smile. No, Tommy whispers into the mirror, hands shaking on the porcelain of sink. That's not quite right. And there is a woman, and she raises a cold hand to his cheek, wiping the blood from his split lip. There's darkness into her eyes, ones that match the color of hair. She tells him that he is the best of his class, and that he is the best creation so far. He does not remember the boy's name on the floor, or even his breathing. But he remembers her maniacal, almost hungry smile. Stop. Tommy shudders, blinking away the haze from his mind. His fingers are almost as white from the sink, from how hard he's grasping the sink, and he's cautiously uncurling them, watching blood rush through blue veins. It's not real. It's not real. Something in his mind twists. It sounds like Dream's laugh when he looks up back at the mirror. He's standing on his shoulders, green eyes filled with mirth as he flips his dagger. The scar across his face, from eyebrow across the bridge of a straight nose to cheek, looks crimson in the bathroom's terrible lighting. How do you know it wasn't real, little spider? Dream asked, voice light and soft. Am I not real? Tommy closes his eyes and shudders at the term of endearment, shakes his head, fingers curling to grip the sink. No, you're not. When he blinks, open his eyes. He's alone in the bathroom, no sign of Green Hoodie anywhere. Tommy once again uncurls his fingers, tries to regulate his breathing. Looking at himself now, his blue eyes are dulled, washed out, and the bags under his eyes are nearly black. He would have another shower, try and somehow wake himself up from that horrid dream, but the water pressure and the freezing temperature is almost as bad as the room's. He swallows, shakes his head. He is free from them. He doesn't have to think of that anymore. But as he pulls away from the sink, sleep shirts sticking to his back from the sweat, he can't help but wonder if he made the right choice. He catches himself, nearly laughs. Choice. God, how long has it been since they had that? He slips from the bathroom, switching off the yellow lights, and walks across the cold wooden floor to his single bed, pushed into the wall. He rolls his eyes, hand grabbing at the gun under his pillow, and he shifts so his body is curled up protectively. Did he ever have the ability to choose? Or was that something else stolen from him since birth? Snowflakes flutter a stop. His blond curls as he walks to his nightly 9 to 5. Snow crunches under his feet. And yet, he does not shiver. There was something beating out of him years ago in Siberia. The elements meant nothing against sheer force of will. Tommy turns the corner and is met with a blinding flashing light. He winces, having not slept the night before. But he kept going. He had things to do and people to see. He tried doing the nothing route. He tried to be a normal, everyday civilian. 6 months and no murder or bloodshed or even a minor crime. He got a job in a cafe. So maybe he faked his paperwork, but that was the very least of his problems. And served over people and bought an apartment from his Swift bank account. And was normal. He tried. He did. But the nightmares only got worse, and the insomnia was rather annoying when sleep is essential to keeping sharp. So here he is, convincing a businessman he's a street kid turned petty theft. Less serving people and more crime. He passes the flashing signs signaling the entrance to the casino. More like Little Nation, considering it also has a shopping center, hotel, nightclub, theme park, and water park, and dodges a long line of eager people trying to enter. Las Novatas, Quackery's empire. According to the businessman, he has a couple more scattered around, not just in America, but also the world. Something about taking over the world through capitalism. Tommy doesn't really care. He doesn't get paid enough to judge who's paying him. Even he's slightly impressed that the man went from corporate lawyer, from a local crime ring, the syndicate, to running his own nation worth billions. In Lemanberg, heroes and villains fight shading each other, night and day. The hero committee, with Captain Puffy as the #1 hero, tries to stop the crime rings, tries to limit the syndicate power, but crime always pays more. Tommy slips in through the side door, thankful for the lack of metal detection, and makes his way through the workers' back door. He hates dealing with crowds. Too many possibilities. Too many variables he can't calculate quick enough. And so he sticks to these walkways to avoid them. Down the hall, he spots Charlie, leaning his head around the door, glasses sliding down his face as his fingers keep sliding through the wooden door. Intangibility can be dangerous in a fight, Tommy thinks, rubbing his bone in his right wrist, remembering his own fight years back. Not that he considers Charlie a threat. The man rarely pays attention to his surroundings, so getting the jump on him would be easy. It is why Tommy makes it close enough to touch, and Charlie is none the wiser. It isn't until Tommy coughs that the man jumps, and then he slips through the floor, body turning see-through. Tommy watches him go, and then he swings his head around to the door to find Quackity in his office, amusement on his face. "Snuck up on him again?" Quackity asked, waving a hand to usher him in. He sits behind a marble desk, walls white and ceiling high. His dark hair is hidden behind his signature beanie, with a scar from his eyebrow across eye to lip is stragglingly obvious. Tommy's always more cautious around people with scars. They prove that the person has lived through something that could have been the worst day in their entire lives and has somehow survived. Tommy would know. There's a reason he wears long sleeves. "He's too easy," Tommy replies, smile tugged at his lip, as he drops to sit down on a comfortable chair in front of Quackity's desk. "Never fucking looks around." Quackity snorts. "He'll learn eventually. How are you? Doing good? How's the apartment?" Tommy leans back in a flux relaxation, the gun in his waistband digging into his spine. "I'm good. The apartment's still standing. What's my next job?" Quackity rolls his eyes, pushing forward to rest his head on his hands, elbows on his desk. "You worry me, kid. You know that?" "Worry doesn't pay the bills, Big Q," Tommy replies. See, that's what I mean, Quickity shouts, pointing at him. Tommy, you're so eager to commit a crime, man. Take a breather. Maybe hang out at the pool or something. We have kid-friendly areas here. Tommy raises an eyebrow. Aren't you like 2 years older than me, dickhead? I don't need kid-friendly shit. What about school? Quackity continues. I swear I'll try to find you some school to go to. Tommy groans. Quackity wouldn't stop pushing, especially after their second meeting, when he clearly tried to find Tommy's background and came up empty-handed. Hell, Tommy didn't even know his background. And how many times do I have to tell you I'm formally educated? I'm 18. Quackity rolls his eyes. If you're 18, then I'm married to the angel of death. I'm married to the grind, Tommy says, and then leans forward, widening his eyes. Please, Big Q, I'm bored and I can't find a job anywhere else. I don't want to be in the streets again. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ, fucking hell. Quickity hisses, leaning back to open a drawer in his desk and pulls out a picture of someone. Tommy a few weeks back snuck in and rifled through his drawers and cabinets. He found a safe behind a large picture of a white dog, a plaque beside it naming the dog Rat. Inside the safe was a couple of guns, fake IDs, and a stack of money in different currencies. Tommy was ever so slightly impressed. I need you to steal his watch, Quackity says, and Tommy leans forward, studying the picture. Tall, lean, brown curls, and an English professor outfit. From where the photo was taken outside the cafe, the man looked harmless. His eyes are amused as he speaks to a woman in an apron, pink hair tied up. Just his watch? Tommy asked, confused, and Quackity nods. Wilbur has been dodging my calls. He used to be a street kid, so be quick, like you normally are. And if he catches you, I don't know you, I'm just a poor boy looking for some quick cash, Tommy replies, rolling his eyes. Where and when? He frequents the cafe on the main street in Lemberg city center, Monday to Thursdays. Punch couldn't find any pattern, but he normally is early in the morning or early afternoon. Tommy nods, mind already coming up with ideas. You'll pay me the same? He asks, and Quackity smiles, softer than usual. Course. Bills and shit. Tommy smiles back and finds it's not forced. He likes Quackity. He's an easy person to like. Sure, he's a master manipulator when he wants to be, but Tommy has been trained for any and all possibilities. He rises from his seat. I'll be seeing you, Q. Good luck, Tommy. Just as he turns for the door, Charlie appears, frown to his face. His eyes narrow at Tommy. Why'd you make me do that, dude? It fucking sucks. Tommy laughs. Las Nevada's gonna make him soft at this rate, 'cause God, he likes Charlie too. Make sure to check your fucking surroundings, man, and we wouldn't get into these messes. Charlie pouts as Tommy walks away. You're mean. And you are a man. So are you! Tommy pauses at the corner and gives Charlie a sharp grin. But I'm cooler. With that, Charlie sputters over his laughter, and Quackity giggles in the background. Tommy makes his way out of Las Nevadas. The chair sits bolted to the floor. Harsh metal in all-white room. Theseus shivers, but does not resist as he's led into the room. 2 guards dressed in all gray, either side of them guns and holsters, faces hidden behind reflective glass. To the side of him, the man shifts and says, The ceremony is necessary for you to take your place in this world. Theseus shudders, mind falling blank as he collapses into the chair, straight back, eyes forward, hands in the chair's arms. I have no place in this world, he responds, voice monotone. The man grins as Theseus is strapped down, electrodes placed on his temples. Exactly. He hears the crackling of electricity, feels his body lurch, a burn, a twitch, a gasp. Then, nothing. The cafe is quaint. Flower pots overflow at the edges, vines climbing around the sign stating in cursive Nikki's Bakery. All pastel and softness, delicate and unassuming. Tommy is instantly tense. Places that look nice have something sinister going on underneath. He would know the room was something of beauty despite all the death. Mahogany wooden stairs, blood-red rugs, pillars of white and thick wooden flooring, golden lighting and high arches, large windows and a beautiful black piano. Tommy shakes his head. He's not there anymore. With his baggy sweats and torn jeans, Tommy pulls his shoulders up to his ears and shoves his hands in his pocket. There's no gun today, but he has a switchblade in his pocket and two throwing knives in his trainers. Walking forward, he slowly pushes open the door, and the bell chimes his entrance. From the counter, the woman with pink hair looks up from where she's placing cakes in the glass display. Tommy won't lie. He would gladly stuff his face in all of them. Hello, the woman he's assuming is Nikki greets, waving with flour on her hands. She has a German accent. I'm Nikki. What can I do for you? He blinks and slowly says, I saw some of the displays outside. I only have $4, so what can that get me? She smiles at him and begins to point. Well, if you don't have any allergies, I have pistachio brownies, I have some red velvet bites, some cookie dough balls, and chocolate strawberries. Holy fuck. It all looks so good. He whispers, honestly lining his words, and then he slaps his hand over his mouth. Fuck, I'm sorry. I don't want to swear. I'm so. No, please. She laughs at him. The sun is warm. Tommy wants to drown in it. I don't normally have people complimenting my goods without even trying one. Seriously? He asked. They look amazing, Nikki. I'll bet they taste fucking heavenly. Nikki's eyes crinkle. What's your name, kid? Tommy, he replies, easily handing out the name, knowing it's untraceable as his face. Well, Tommy, how about you try them and then you give me your thoughts? Tommy grins. That sounds like the best plan I ever heard! The first time Tommy ever tasted chocolate, he was 12. The mission was to infiltrate a younger boy's house, and while there, the boy's mother had given him the bar of the stuff. He remembers the way his eyes widened at the taste, thrown by something so sweet. The room has never given out chocolate. His meals consisted of only the bare necessities, enough to keep him fit and growing. He remembers leaving the house, through the back door, and scaling the fence to the alleyway, entering a car that was waiting on the curb. He remembers picking at the blood under his nails, the taste of chocolate still lingering in his mouth. Tommy shakes his head as he accepts the apple bite of goodness. Each one has a distinct flavor, and each one is better than the rest. Nikki keeps laughing every time he groans at the taste of a new one. Good? Nikki, he praised. You're officially the second best woman in this world. These are the fucking best. Fucking hell. I could die happily here. She grins. Who's the best woman in this world? The queen, Tommy replies, chewing at the truffle brownie. Nikki laughs again, and Tommy almost forgets why he's here. It's easy, in the warm lighting under her gentle gaze of her eyes, to forget she is a mark, a target. Tommy isn't here to make friends. He is here to do a job. He goes to open his mouth when she says, Will love you. He pauses. Quackity mentions something about a Wilbur. Will? Wilbur, my friend. He stops by and gushes over my food. So Punce does have the correct information about Wilbur freaking in this cafe. Tommy narrows his eyes playfully. He sounds like a bitch. Only I can tell you how amazing your food is. The bell chimes. Tommy freezes as a crisp voice asks, Who's a bitch? Tommy turns and is met with a taller than Dream, definitely, man wearing a long brown trench coat and thin glasses on the brim of his nose. His hair is a brown mess that falls across his eyes, and Tommy can just make out the flash of silver when he pulls his hands from his pockets. Are you Wilbur? The man nods and Tommy grins. Target has been successfully sighted. You're a bitch. Wilbur's eyes widen considerably as Nikki hides her laughter in her hands. Excuse me? You're excused, Tommy replies cheekily, and when Wilbur continues to stare, mouth open and closing like a fish, with no sound coming out, Tommy's grin widens. To Nikki, he says, Thank you for these. He pulls out his $4 and hands them over, ignoring the way she tries to hand them back to him. He pushes away from the counter, towards Wilbur, and brushes past him, leaning in to make sure he's nudging his feet, bumping his shoulders, and jostling his elbow. Under his breath, he whispers, Fucking lanky bastard. As he steps out of the cafe, bell chiming his exit, an expensive golden watch dangles from his fingertips. He smiles and makes his way to Las Nevadas for his paycheck. End the chapter. Hi there, this is Ink. I just want to take a moment to say that I'm aware that many of these characters are based on people, real people, and those people might not be the best of people. And I'm aware of those many things, or if not, will be eventually aware. So please don't come at me or start drama, because I don't want to deal with that. It's too much of energy. I just want to keep enjoying stories and reading them to you because I thought it would be fun. And anyway, I hope you have a good, wonderful day. Bye.